Welcome back, sports fans, and today we are going to be shooting the CTR again, but we are going to be shooting the 100 grain ELD VT this time. Or at least that's what the original plan was, but like every plan, the first thing you ought to do is throw that crap away, because it ain't gonna happen. So this is the third load that I have developed, or tried to develop, for this rifle, and I've kind of noticed a pattern of being consistently inconsistent with this thing and the hand loads for it. For that matter, I have already shot the second part of this video, but in this one I want to show you the results that I got shooting this ammo anyway. And if you look back in a couple of the prior videos dealing with this, you can kind of notice the same thing happening with it. But for this video, I kind of want to see what you guys think is the issue that's going on here and what's happening. So leave those in the comments down below for me. So now I'll show you the video of shooting these 100 grain VTs and what we got. I'll kind of cut it down, shorten it up a little bit, and see what we get here for some results. So my whole goal with reloading some of these ELD VTs through this 6.5 Creedmoor is, with this thing only having a 20-inch barrel, shooting 140 grainers, my two accuracy nodes out of the other two hand loads I have are only at 2620 and the other is at about 2645, so it's fairly slow. And with this round, I've shot quite a bit of factory ammo out of it, and it does shoot it fairly well, but the SDs are just wide as all get out. I mean, like 25 to 35 in a particular 10-shot string. So it's not doing great on paper looking at the SDs. So I'm hoping that reloading these things will definitely be able to get some better SDs out of them, I'm assuming. Now Dave over at Saddle Up Shooting, he used some Varget, and his Seekins really liked that combination. Had decent SDs, but his groups were just absolutely excellent out of his rifle. So I'm hoping that I'll get some good groups out of this gun. But in particular, I'm hoping that my other 6.5, my Seekins Element, that the same load will run through both of them. So that's another discussion and another test for another day. But for right now, we're going to be shooting this thing. Max load in the Hornady book is 43.2. Now I've already pressure tested this thing, and going up that far, which this gun has had a tendency to show that we reach max pressure a little bit early, and sure enough, you know, I've got a couple of ejector marks on them. So we're going to stop at 43 grains even. So I'm going to go in 5/10 increments. Basically, we're going to start at 41.5, then do a 42, 42.5, and a 43 grain 5-shot group on this, and we'll see what we can do. Okay, so here is the first load, 41.5 grains. Let's see what this thing will do. I should mention that our cases, well, our cartridge overall length is set at what the book says is maximum. It's 2.775. So I don't know if this gun will like that or not. Well, that's not a bad group at all. Kind of in there around about 3,090 feet per second, SD at 12, so that's starting out pretty good. Alright, so 42 grains. $31.25. harder one there. That was 3151. $31.49. $31.64. So an SD of 12, and that group opened up big time. More than doubled the size of the last one. And now let's shoot this 42.5 grains. Oh, whoops. Darn it, we gotta restart new session on that one. Well, we're gonna be one round short on that. $31.60. Also not good. But we've got an SD of 6.1. So for those 4 shots, I mean, that's a pretty good SD, but the group is not looking good down there. All right, let's see if I can do a little better this go round. Last one's SDs were real nice, but that group is about an inch. $31.99. So we are getting up there for velocity. Ooh, $32.12. A little bit of a hard bolt lift on that one. $32.21. Well, that was a whole lot of vertical stringing on that one. Not nearly as good as I'd hoped. But an SD of 7.7, so I don't know, maybe we got to do a seating depth test on these. I don't have any factory ones to measure what their seating depth was to have copied that, because I feel like the factory one shot better than what these hand loads did group-wise. SD-wise, I mean, these groups or these SDs are 3 to 4 times better than what the factory stuff is, so odd that they don't want to shoot. Yeah, so not looking great on this initial load on this one either. Now, some people would say that, yeah, you know, a 5-shot group out of some rifles, under an inch, and you're doing all right. But, you know, for this rifle, I'm going to say no. I mean, maybe on a hunting rifle, you know, some hunting rifles. But for me, on this one, it's not acceptable, really. I've shot a handful of these rifles over the years, and all of them have beat the pants off of this setup here. So, again, I'd like to know what you guys think. Go ahead and put it down in the comments below. In the second video in this series, then we'll go over a little bit more of what I found. But I don't know, I find it really interesting to see what everybody else thinks is going on with this load or this rifle setup here. So going back over this a little bit again from what was in the other previous videos, if you haven't watched them, then this thing does reach pressure a little bit quicker than what it should. It's a little bit ahead of any of the books or what I get with my other 6.5. I mean, every rifle's different, but this one definitely, regardless of projectile, I mean, you come up on that a little bit quick. And then you kind of get another one here and there randomly that just you'll get some heavy bolt lift on it, a little bit of ejector mark. Just, you know, there's some odd pressures that go along with it, even though the SDs are really close. You know, with all 3 loads that I've tried so far, I mean, I've gotten, you know, into single digits, and groups still have not looked good. When it comes to the groups, then you definitely get, you know, some to center up and touch, and then 1 or 2 that goes outside, and then some come back. I mean, I've shot 10 round groups with this. I shot one 12 round group with it, and it doesn't seem to be stringing under heat. It's just constantly in the group, out of the group, you know, a little larger group, a little smaller group. There's just a real wide variance on, you know, whether it's going to go in the center, everything touching them up, and then you just get a random flyer, and then it comes right back to the group. I'll also say that your group size tends to be worse with real high BC bullets and really short bullets. It seems to do the worst on those 2 groups. So, you know, for that information, make your conclusion, put it in the comments down below. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you on part 2 of this one.